Without a constructive course of action to follow in life, we fall into a trap of feeling okay with doing nothing. And in this comfortability, in this anxiety, depression, stress, being trapped in our own minds, we're somehow okay with it because we fall into the trap of thinking that this is just what life is. Life is unfair. Let's play the victim card. I'm never going to be successful. I'm never going to be like those other people. The world is designed to make me fail. And that's just not the truth, mate. That is just not the truth. And for as long as you think like that, that's going to be your reality, mate. And there's a good story of I think it's called like the Mexican shepherd or something like this. And there's a shepherd walking, right? And he's got a brick in one hand, a stone in the other. He's got a pumpkin balanced on his head, and he's got a bag of dirt that he's carrying. And he walks through this village on his travels. And as he walks through this village on his travels, one of the villagers say to him, "Mate, why have you got that pumpkin on your head? Like, surely that's just weighing you down." And the shepherd, he goes, "You know what, mate? I never thought about that. Never thought about it like that. Let me take the pumpkin off." So he takes the pumpkin off his head and he puts it to the side and he thinks, "Ooh, this is good. I feel a little bit lighter on my feet, mate." He keeps walking, and then another villager comes and says to him, "Mate, why have you got that big bag of dirt? There's no in it. There's nothing useful in that big bag of dirt." And he goes, "You know what, mate? I never thought of it like that. It never even crossed my mind." So he took the bag of dirt off and he put it to the side and he thought, "Ooh, I'm feeling good." And he kept meeting villagers who kept helping him become aware of these things that he wasn't aware of. And after so long, he let all of these things go. And now he was this brand new man with no weight on his shoulders, and he felt fantastic. Now, these villagers weren't taking the things off him, right? They weren't taking the pumpkin off his head. They weren't emptying his bag for him. What the villagers were doing was they were making him aware of the things that he was carrying that he didn't need to carry. What I want this video to be for you guys is not me telling you what to do, not me necessarily helping you through something, but me making you aware of the limiting beliefs that you've got about yourself, about the world, about your circumstances, about your environment, about who it is you can become. You've got these negative thoughts. "I did this in the past, so I'm never going to live it down. I embarrassed myself last week. Oh my gosh, everyone's going to think of me as that one point. I've got these insecurities. I'm always going to be insecure. No one's going to love me. I didn't get a degree. I'm never gonna become, a doctor or anyone of any significance because I never went to uni. I never got a degree. I never got good grades." All of these things that you've been telling yourself, I'm now telling you that you need to let them go. But in order to let them go, you need to be aware that they're there. Because once you're aware that they're there, and only once you are aware that they are there, can you actually just put them down to the side and get them gone. In life, other than to serve God, your purpose is to give your mind a constructive goal to work towards. That even if you don't reach, it will make you a better person because of working towards it. Maybe your goal is to run a marathon. In order to run that marathon, you're going to have to train. Whether you end up running the marathon or not is not going to take away from the benefits that training has on your life, your mental, your physical, your spiritual. Have a goal. Go as crazy as you want, with time a lot as possible. And the more time you give yourself, the bigger the goal can be. And in turn, you can then work backwards and try and give yourself as many little wins as you can along the way. Because it's those little wins that keep us motivated, that keep us inspired, that keep us feeling positive. If you set yourself a massive goal, but you give yourself such a short time frame, or I've got 24 hours to make a business that's going to make me £10,000 a month. Well, come on, mate, it's probably not going to happen. And in doing so, in failing, in not reaching that goal that you set yourself, you're going to lose motivation, you're going to lose inspiration, you're going to lack faith in the process. There has to be a level of common sense within these goals that you set yourself, within this constructive course of action that you follow within your life. In life, you don't want to be the same person day in and day out, day in and day out. Otherwise, what have you actually really done with your life? You might look the same, you might sound the same, but internally you don't want to be the same person. You want to be continuously growing, continuously learning, continuously building your character. I feel like when I start talking about this, I'm almost repeating myself, because a lot of my videos I end up saying this about building character, about learning, about growing. But bro, the key to longevity is just continuously moving forward, continuously growing, continuously building on something. There ain't no time to be wasting. There ain't no time to be sitting around. It is not any time to just be, bro, doing nothing with your life. Here's another little story. Suppose you see a man and tell him that there's a castle over the other side of that hill, ready for him to acquire, ready for him to live in, ready for him to be there for the rest of his life. The man will probably not believe you, because he's been hurt too many times. He doesn't even want to believe you. He doesn't have the brain capacity to think that there's that life for him over there, because all he knows is the life that he has right here. Right? But nevertheless, the castle is there. The castle's there, mate, whether he sees it or not, whether he's claimed it or not, whether he lives there or not, whether he believes it or not. The castle is there. The unfortunate part about this is, though, the man will not go to that castle. The man will not go and live in that castle until he sees the possibility that it might actually be true. And so there is only really one solution to this. There is only really one solution to this. The man must take the first step towards the castle until he can finally see it. Until he can finally believe it for himself by actually seeing it, by actually visualizing it, by actually having it in his own head now. He can see it in the horizon. Before he couldn't see it. So in order for him to do that, he needs to take the first step to the point where he can actually see it. If you are not willing to take that first step, bro, if you are not willing to take that first step to the life that you so desperately want and desire, then you've got to ask yourself the question of, do you truly want to change? Or are you happy being exactly where you are? Today is day 266 of me making a YouTube video every single day for 365 days and seeing where God takes me. And today's brought me here. I've just been for a 5k walk. I'm sat here making this video for you guys. I hope it's resonated in some way. And I'll see you tomorrow for another one. God bless you all. Bow.